The recently inaugurated King of the United Kingdom visited our country not so long ago. I think it was in November. And he toured a couple of places. And so I have a spoken word here that reflects on the royal visit. And it is drawn from the book of John chapter 6, verse 3, which says, "For I have come down from heaven, not to do my own will, but the will of him who sent me." Amen? I trust that this poem will minister to you. As you live here with coffee and cake and carol, may the words of this spoken word go with you, that you will internalize the reason for the season. The royal visit. It was a 33-year visit by His Majesty to a colony of sin and death, eternity. Prophecies had laid out the protocol. Joe and Mary heeded Caesar's roll call. His Majesty's flight had nowhere to land. It was a busy period with rising demand. Air traffic control pointed to the stable without an executive lounge, but usable. The starry hosts lit up this landing yard with celestial melody to alert the shepherds. There wasn't a 21-gun salute in his honor. There was an all-night star for the pathfinder. Hope was high for the young and younger to fix poverty, health, and even hunger. Effects of sinful colonial heritage emerged as infirm, demon-possessed to him they surged. His formal opening remark was remarkable. The year of the Lord's favor, it was audible. He wasn't here to apologize for atrocities, but to bring us salvation for our iniquities. Many believed, were healed and forgiven, but others doubted, claimed he was unproven. His royal dinner wasn't for the taste bud, enjoyment, or a showcase of tuxedos for those present. It was a somber moment of reflection of imminent tour of hell for our redemption. The ultimate freedom fighter at Gethsemane, a scene of beginning of an end of this colony. His Majesty on this day became a spectacle, arrested, mocked, tried and nailed, a debacle. Drawing his last breath, he was still majestic. He sought to pardon they that acted heroic. Via Arimathea's airstrip, he ascended. He ended his tour, leaving his followers in indescribable fear. Thick darkness covered Jerusalem night sky. As blackout of system disturbance we couldn't deny. The streets he had cleaned up gathered dust. The faith others had begun to wear with rust. The prince of the air had resisted his mission. From temptation to threat, derail his progression. A terrorist firing rockets, this one hit the target. Atrocities of sin laughed without any regret. Like space mission, Jesus landed successfully in the hot planet, disarmed the terrorists fully. In his jumpsuit, he made a quiet earthly return, catching unawares guards and all that he did warn. The rising cost of sin was no longer debatable, because by his blood, salvation was now possible. He wrote off the ruthless conscious taxation, ignored by the constant enemy accusation. Like Paul told the Romans of Mambo Matatu, believe, confess, and you'll be saved. Hivyo tu. This mission was crafted long before Caesar, before the stable was made his entry parlor, before Arimathea designed the rocky airstrip, before the blacksmiths fashioned the long nail tip. It's what he narrated to the night guest Nicodemus, a love that was before Iscariot got the ideas. Pardon that preceded Pilate's choice of Barabbas. grace to the penitent thief as he breathed his last. He had in mind Zacchaeus, the sycamore climber, even before he chose a career in tax, remember. Do you feel like he's so far away, inaccessible? He found the man with 38-year paralysis struggle. See, His Majesty wasn't here for just a royal visit. He chose to stay, to remake our hearts by His Spirit, to reverse the effects of global warming, of sinful global warming, causing rise in levels of evil in the sea of our living, planted as the tree of life to curb Satan's footprint of deceit, death, destruction with a misprint. He did inherit a dilapidated heart destined to die. His sacrifice at Calvary began to reverse the tide. Emmanuel, God with us. You get the assurance. He will be near us, with us, not from a distance. This wonderful Counselor, everlasting Father, His regime transcends near and farther. So we welcome His arrival to our hearts with a song, Christ is born. We tell it as it is in a mighty throng, the royal visit. May the Lord bless you.